We were very blessed with her teams throughout her school career that they knew her and they supported her in what she wanted, and made sure that she had the best school experience for what she wanted in getting out of school, which at that point, from the time she was in middle school, was telling everybody she wanted to go to college. So that's what we kind of honed. We didn't know if that was going to be possible. I mean, I will be honest, back in my head, I was like,
look at me now.
Look at you now.
I was in special education for about 8 years through, speech therapy, but also special ed services as a whole. I think it's just helped me, besides, learning things a certain way, whether it's math or language arts. Yes, I did learn strategies to help out with that, and it helps me, become an overall better communicator, right?
I just want them to know that they should treat us with respect and not just assume that because we're in a wheelchair or have a disability that affects us to look at us as people, not the disability.
We were very blessed that her teams worked very well together, and they always wanted Callie's best interest. And I will say that's another important thing that our teams did. Once Callie, I think it's 8th grade, I'm not sure the exact age that she is invited to all those meetings, her IEPs, she became the most important voice in the room. And her team respected that. They listened to what she had to say. Like we said, college, which I will be honest that there probably wasn't very many in that room thinking college was a real possibility for her. But that's what she wanted to do. It really has been the collaborative effort from the beginning through the end of her school career of everybody feeding into her and supporting her and allowing her to do what it was she wanted to do. And so I would say to the teams now and to the teams doing it now, listen to the person that the meeting's about. I mean, they need to be the most important voice in the room. And I've often asked her, it's like, why do you think you need to be the most important voice in that room?
The what I want to do in life.
It's because it's what she wants to do in life. It's her life.
Yeah.
I have thoughts that I'd like her to do, but if they would have listened to me, I don't think she would be nearly as successful as she was, because I put limitations on her that she didn't put on herself.
I would definitely say, keep it fun and lively. I think that's definitely something. Not that I've had any bad experiences while testing, but also, just sticking to what it is and taking, what these children may be like into consideration. Because I know, people with autism, STEM, right? Some kids just can't focus. Some kids just need to move around. Taking those kind of things into consideration, give them a time limit. Let's say, I'll give you about, 5 minutes. And then going back. So those are the only things that I can really think of that evaluators should take into consideration.
Jessica is my child. Everything she does, whether it is what other people do or it's how they do it, everything she does, to me, is special. And so to have it to be constantly told all the things that are not right, it's very difficult. It was for me as a parent. Now, I don't know, other parents might not have a problem with that. But for me it was, you're constantly trying to build your confidence up that you are doing the right things and that you do need to keep on this path and stay strong, and that this is a process and it's not something that they're going to find a solution to, but that we're constantly looking for answers. And so just to be aware of the parents, and not just aware, but how the parent is feeling about this. Are you saying this in a manner that just strikes absolute total fear in the parent, or just absolute total hurt and dismay to the parent? How can it best be processed to the parents? And I'm sure that's individual, but I just would want them to think, if someone were telling me this about my child, how can I best present it to them? where they can, first off, understand it. Don't use all those acronyms and words we don't understand. And how can we present it so that they're not just so frightened by it and so overwhelmed by it? And to me, that would be the best thing the diagnostician could do. Because as a parent, I knew we had these issues, and I knew that we had to find workarounds.
Do you enjoy going to the football games?
One I went to the football game by myself.
Tell me about that.
Well, I pulled my own ticket with no, but I watched the game with some people, and I went and go to my seat. And as I meet them in the MSD, and then we go together back to the apartment.
So yes, so if you're not familiar, Texas A&M Stadium holds a little over 104,000 people. Just a couple, right? I get a call one day from her roommate and says, "Guess what your daughter did?" I'm thinking, there's no telling what my daughter did. And she said she pulled her ticket by herself. So they put her on speakerphone so I can talk to her. And you have a sports pass, so you have to go to this football stadium to get a ticket. So I asked her, I was like, who are you going to the game with? Because you have to pull the tickets at the same time in order to sit with your friends. It's not open seating. Everybody has an assigned seat. And she's like, nobody. I'm going to go by myself. You're going to do what? She's like, I'm going to go by myself so I can meet new friends. Just her and 104,000 people, right? So she did, and I will be honest, I tried to talk her out of it, and so did the directors at Aggie Achieve. They were trying to say, come sit with us, we'll do something. Her friends were, you can come sit with us, but she was determined to do this by herself. So she had made the plan that you heard earlier, where she went to the game with her friends. Then once they got in the stadium, she had to go up to the third deck by herself, went to the game, and then met at the MSC, which is one of the buildings on campus, in their flag room, which all Aggies know where it is. So that's where she met up them afterwards in order to leave the game. So did you have fun?
Yes.
Did you make friends?
Yes.
So mission accomplished.
I think if you can get one person to listen to you, it's a domino effect. Because that one person will say, oh, I heard so-and-so. She's good. You need to hire her. You need to come to this conference. You need to listen to her. You don't need to think, oh, just because she has a disability, she doesn't have anything good to say. Because that's what I had happen to me several years ago. It was all these teachers, and they were in a staff learning day or whatever they call it. And I had one person, after it was over, she came to me and said, I didn't want to come to this. I didn't want to hear you. I just want to stay in my classroom and get ready for the next year. But after I heard you, I'm really glad I stayed and listened to you, because you had some important things to say and some things that I can incorporate in my classroom with the students. And so, I mean, like I said, if it's one person, that's good. If it's 400, that's good.